Chapter 4, A Shadow of the Past. The following weeks were a whirlwind of deadlines, meetings, and late nights. Kai and Jamal barely crossed paths, their schedules a constant game of evasion. Jamal, in particular, seemed to be constantly on the go, his phone ringing incessantly, his face a mask of perpetual exhaustion. Kai, despite her initial anger, found herself strangely drawn to him. She noticed the lines of worry etched on his face, the way his shoulders slumped with fatigue. She wondered about his sudden rise to CEO, about the pressures he must be facing. One evening, while leaving the office late, Kai spotted Jamal in the parking lot, his head buried in his hands. He looked utterly defeated. An unexpected wave of concern washed over her. Hesitantly, she approached him.
"Are you all right?"
she asked, her voice soft. Jamal looked up, startled.
Kai.
He said, a flicker of surprise in his eyes.
I didn't see you there.
"You look like you've been hit by a truck,"
she observed. He managed a weak smile.
It's been a long week.
Kai hesitated, then offered.
"If you want to talk about it."
Jamal looked at her, his eyes searching hers. He wanted to tell her everything, to explain the sudden disappearance, to confess the weight of responsibility that had fallen on his shoulders. But the words caught in his throat.
Thank you.
He said, his voice hoarse.
But I should probably get going.
He turned to leave, but then stopped, as if remembering something.
I'll try to explain everything soon, Kai. I promise.
And with that, he hurried to his car and drove away, leaving Kai standing alone in the parking lot, a knot of unanswered questions tightening in her chest. Flashback. New Year's Eve. The party was in full swing when Jamal's phone rang. He excused himself, his smile fading as he stepped out onto the balcony.
Hello?
He answered, his voice strained. A wave of dread washed over him as he heard his brother's panicked voice.
Jamal, you need to come to the hospital. Grandma, she's not doing well.
Jamal's heart plummeted. His grandmother, the woman who had raised him and his brother after their parents abandoned them, was the only family he had left. He rushed to the hospital, his mind a whirlwind of worry. The doctors were grim, explaining that his grandmother had suffered a severe stroke and was in and out of consciousness. Hours turned into a blur. Jamal sat by her bedside, his hand clasped tightly in hers, praying for her to wake up. He felt helpless, for him time has stopped. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, her eyes fluttered open. Jamal let out a cry of relief, immediately summoning the doctor. His grandmother, weak but alert, looked at him with a serious expression. She whispered, her voice raspy.
I'm getting old now. Take Wave. It's yours.
Jamal was stunned. He had never expected to inherit the company. His grandmother, despite her failing health, had always been a force to be reckoned with, a formidable businesswoman. The weight of her words, coupled with the fear of losing her, had overwhelmed him. He had called his brother, promising to join him soon, but the hospital became his sanctuary, a place where he could be close to his grandmother, hoping against hope that she would pull through.